Hello, my name is Harrison Page, and this is a demonstration video of my Centi rig, which was created as part of a collaborative junior VFX project where I was the director, rigger, animator, and editor. So, we were tasked to create a creature under the name Centi, with no descriptions of it. So, this is what we came up with, and it was my job as rigger and animator to rig it. So, the first rig that I ever did was a spider rig, and that gave me some good experience rigging arachnid type creatures. So to do this, I basically did a very similar process where I did the body, then the head, and then I branched off the legs using nulls, and I tried to make it as user-friendly as possible. So just like anything else, any other node in Houdini, you press tab and then you can search for this. So there it is. And once you bring it in, you can have a look at the parameters. So this is the UI that I designed, very similar to the old one, except with a few changes. So I have the 0 button under the master controls. So I like to do a hierarchy to make it very clear. So it goes master controls, and then you have the position, which is new. So this allows you to move everything, including the IK controls, while maintaining the center of gravity, which allows you to move it with the IK on and keep them where they are. Just in case you want to lift the spider but keep the legs on the ground. That's what center of gravity is there for. But position will allow you to move everything, even if you move center of gravity. Very useful tool. So the hierarchy, like I said, goes master controls, position, center of gravity, and then all of the controls of the body are under the center of gravity. So each one has a 0 button. So if I move it around, I can 0 it with master controls, or I can 0 it with its own personal 0-1. I can show and hide all the controls, I can select all the controls, and I can key everything. Very, very simple, very quick buttons so that the animator can just press something and have it done. Unlike with my last rig, I added a show and hide the geo tool button, That allows you to show and hide it, just in case you don't want it to be in the scene, and then you can have it become visible. So let's start with the head. We have FK controls. So I'll show and hide these. We have FK controls, just 2, for the neck and for the head. And under the head's hierarchy, we have the fangs, which have IK. They have IK sliders, allowing you to put the IK on, and you can, so if we show and hide that, you can put the IK on, and just like with any IK, you can move it around manually, just in case you want to do something quicker. But I did that for the ease of use for each animator. I personally think the fangs are easier controlled with the slider, because fangs will only go back and forward like that. The Celicera is there to do the twisting. That works on both sides with IK controls and 0 button for both. So then we have the palpus, very similar. It's the it's like the feelers. These have multiple controls, but the main one will be this slider, and these also have IK, just in case you want to do it manually, like a lot of people do when they animate. I personally only think the IK is necessary for the arm, these big arms. Oh, sorry, let's hide that. There we go. Yeah, like I was saying, the IK I think is mainly necessary for the big arms and the legs. because if you have these legs and you want to lower the body, but you want to keep the legs where they are, the IK keeps them on the ground like that. So these front ones aren't moving. But then if you take off the slider, they'll follow the center of gravity. So you can do it manually, but I personally think if you're going to animate any legs on a creature, you want IK controls. And all the IK controls on the legs and front arms have a twist effector up here. So it allows you to change that. So then we can zero that. Easy peasy. Very simple. The UI, nice and laid out. You have the FK label, the IK label. The slider turns off which one, so you can't accidentally use it. The legs all have their own FK and IK sliders, just in case you want to have some that don't have, some that you do with FK, some you do with IK. I don't know why you would, but as much control as the animator wants. As an animator, I wanted this to be very easy to control. So then you can lower it and the legs stay where they are. The last thing, well, I'll quickly show the leg controls. These are all the FK, and then the IK you can move manually. And if you move the body, the legs stay where they are. So you can have it do what you want. You can have it go left wiggle, you can have it raise its bum if it's going to attack, however you want to animate this. You can give it as much personality as you want while lowering it. So one of the coolest things that this has, that I designed, or I helped design anyway, is the belly claws. So this area is armored, and the idea is that it kills its prey or damages it, and then it can pick them up using these claws. And I've added a slider for each claw, so you can animate them individually to make it really creepy. So they can go one at a time or offset. And again, you can zero it, and they have their own controls. But you shouldn't ever really need to have the controls showing, personally, because if you're looking at it from here and you have the UI open, you can just animate it as it is. The only reason that you'd have the controls is if you want to do IK controls, so you can see where they are. So that's my rig. I think it's a lot more, it's a big improvement from my last spider rig. I animated this in my project and it went really well. It was really easy to use. The new position controls that I added makes it so much easier to move around. That was a problem I had with the last rig, but that's fixed now. And I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out. So thank you very much for watching. Just before the video ends, I'm going to show a walk cycle that I created of using this rig, just to show how it moves and shows a little bit of personality I put into the creature to make it look creepy. Thank you very much for watching.